Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3 and hello fellows, Herogon here. Today is Thursday, February 23rd of 2023. It's almost close to 2 o'clock. I've already had my little afternoon snack of cookies. So far, college has been going pretty okay. I've just gotten another Intermediate Algebra test done. I'll probably have the results of that test by Monday in class, so yeah, that's pretty good, all things considered. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the updates for the fighting game framework. Now, for the fighting game framework, we have ourselves adding counter hits. And if you know fighting games, then you probably know that most games will have themselves a little thing called counter hits, where one character can deal additional damage and stun if they perform counters. This usually needs to happen when someone else is starting up an attack. If you're able to do your attack before they can finish theirs, then that's the advantage. And right in here, we've got ourselves this stuff. If we look at closely here, we've got our typical old hit stuns stuff here from Sean, and if they end up hitting it before they can damage, then you're able to deal additional damage and stun if you're counter hitting. Now, going into my game itself, the big changes would be in Xcode, right around receive damage. Now, here we didn't have this new if statement. This particular if statement covers if the character is damaged during the startup of an attack, or in this case, a counter hit. If our attack state equals attack started, then our damage amount is increased by 1.25f, and the same goes for our stun frames. And of course, UE log for these are useful too. And our player health will minus equal increased damage, and our star meter will plus equal increased damage. The combo count is a bit of a hacky attempt for me to make a combo counter, so we can ignore that part. Then for tracking damage dealt with frame data, our last damage received will be increased damage times 100, and num stun frames will equal increased stun frames. And that's about that. And if other player, then our other player's star meter amount will plus equal increased damage times 0.65f. If it's not attack started, most of our stuff will not make use of the multiplier of 1.25f. And last damage received will not use the increased damage and increased stun frames local variables here, both which are float and integer variables respectively. The rest of the stuff around here is mostly the same, and that's about it for the code part. In our little blueprints, though, we have ourselves some new things in hit reaction. We've made our idle to hit reaction a shared transition rule. In this case, enter hit reaction. If our character reference if our combo state is equal to stunned low or mid or high, then we can enter that transition. And of course, the hit reactions themselves are pretty simple enough. Blend poses using the combo state, stomach hit, hit reaction, stomach hit, and standing react large cover our default hit, stunned low, mid, high. And that's about it. The num stun frames are times 0.1 for the play rate of these, and of course we have from going from light punch to light kick this little rule. The duration of the blend saying should be set to 0, but it won't change too much of that. And of course our hit react, of course for the particular light punch to hit reaction, we have the end attack transition, and that is pretty much it for the blueprint side of things. I know it's a little teensy bit shorter than the larger stuff, but it's no doubt some small improvements to the fighting game framework. Of course, we go into playing. Then we go into learn versus practice, and we'll be able to see our counter hits in action. Now, of course, we'll use our light kick to test things out then. If you notice, our character... Oh, whoops. A bit of tough glitches, some tough bugs with the whole deal of throwing, so let's try that again. Hopefully this time we won't have any issues with the ridiculous thing that is throwing when light kicking or light punching. Now going here, our character has, of course, been stunned. If you notice, then we have ourselves damage given to the second player, 6.25 and 6 stun frames. Now, if we do this regularly without getting countered, then the damage is 5 and the stun frames is 5. Pretty easy enough there, and it works the same for our first player around here. And that is pretty much it for the fighting game framework. Credit goes to Sean the Bro for all of his work in these tutorials. He is now close to 7,000 subscribers. I do hope that any of my fellow followers around can probably give him a few likes and subscribe to him, because that helps him out more than most other things. He's definitely gone through a lot of this, and he's definitely been the biggest in my own little game development journey. So if you could give him a bit of support, that'd be nice. And of course, if anyone is curious about any more Path of Yao updates for my 2D platformer demo, I'm afraid that we are reaching the near end of the road for Path of Yao. As the Path of Yao demo is going to be releasing on March 1st, 2023, my birthday. So if you guys would like, then look forward to seeing the Path of Yao demo on itch.io. I've got both Windows and Mac versions prepared for both audiences of those. with all that being said, I've been Herogon, you've been you. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys again next time. Goodbye, everybody.